Welcome to spiritualdancemusic.com. On the show, Spiritual House Sessions. I am astrologer and DJ David Palmer, the Leo King, and this is the week of March 9th, going all the way until about March 15th. We are going to pull some tarot cards. We are going to talk the astrology, and we are going to channel it all into a house music mix. This has been a really powerful week we have just come off of. All the levers have been shifting in the universe. We have been pushed into these new stories, these new doors opening. We also had a new moon on Chiron, and I think that's important to take a look at. This happened last weekend, and a new moon on Chiron is signaling a month of healing. I think that we have a lot to heal in our lives. I think that we also, as well, are healing the ability to surrender, to let go, to allow the universe to really pull us on these really crazy fantasies, these really wild adventures. And there's been so many gears shifting that sometimes it could just be like a whole new world that has developed in your life. And this is usually in not only physically, but especially in our perceptions. Now, this is a week that we are building up on a full moon in Virgo, which a full moon in Virgo is definitely much different than the Pisces energy, right? Pisces is all about imagination, just like the clouds that are behind me right now. It's all about mystical energy and our spiritual side. Virgo is all about, concrete, physical, reality. The matrix, too. You know how the whole matrix works. The physical manifestation, our human body, our stomach, and how it processes things. We don't process things much when we are in our fantasies. We just kind of let it go and we let it flow, right? And I think that there's been a lot of lessons for us on letting it flow, going with the flow, trusting that the spirit world is guiding us all in the right direction, or whatever you want to call it. There's some sort of divine force taking care of everything, not letting us slip through the cracks, no matter how crazy we can think it can be, or how wounded we think we are. The universe is just right there with this huge bowl of cherries, it's all going to be gravy. And this week is one of the most mellow weeks astrologically, even though, yes, we are going up to a full moon here at the end of the week. But we've only got Mercury going to square Saturn, and Mercury square Saturn means that we got to just make sure that before we speak or before we make decisions in our mind, that we really take our time to process the information. This also means about jumping into things. I think a lot of this, with Mercury starting to trine Mars, we might want to move forward into something. Now, Mercury's already been here weeks ago, and I'm sure that you might be going through this weird process where something might repeat, where maybe 3 weeks ago you were ready to jump into something, and then you were like, oh my gosh, and you had to retreat back and think. Well, it might be all coming back again this week, where you might be ready to jump into something, and there's a lot of hesitation to think about, because they're big decisions to make. You just can't easily just make these calls right now. There's a lot to process. And especially as Mars is retrograde, Saturn's retrograde, there's a lot of reflection internally that we're going through. But overall, I really think that this is a beautiful time where dreams are really trying to come true in people's lives. Big time. And I think that in our lives, too, this is testing our optimism, testing our perceptions, and how big the picture is in our life. What this full moon in Virgo does this week is it builds up to really making sure that we can make our dreams reality. A full moon in Virgo goes, okay, well, your dreams are great, but how in the hell do we emotionally fix this in our reality? And I think that it's important for us to really take a look at this interconnection between physical and spiritual reality and see how connected they are. How well are you manifesting your belief structure? How well are you manifesting your spiritual energy? Or is your spiritual energy and your physical reality two different worlds that don't seem to work together or clash together? And the moon's going to come through Cancer on Monday, and it's going to also come into Leo by Wednesday and Thursday, Friday. So this week we're really digging into our emotional heart. We're really digging into the meat and potatoes of life and what we are passionate about, what we love. And I think that it's important for us, as the universe has a gift this weekend. The gift to really see that you could root yourself in your dreams, that you can make dreams come true. But I think it's important for us to find a way to connect to the physical reality with our spiritual reality. And that's actually the hardest thing on this planet to go and do, is actually manifest dreams or make an imagination become true. Our society seems to think that it's impossible unless you have a college degree, or unless that you have enough money, or unless that you have these certain things. It just, everybody's always the biggest, Debbie Downer. And I think this is a month of teaching everybody to not be such a Debbie Downer in your life and to keep going and to keep believing. And this week really lights up your heart. It lights up your emotions. And what it does is it tests how well you want it. How bad does your heart want it? How bad do you want to root to this? And how big are your dreams? Maybe they're not big enough. Maybe you need to go bigger. Maybe they're too small. Maybe you really aren't visioning enough. Maybe that's the problem. So there's a lot to look at in that areas this week. So I'm going to turn to the cards to help us get more of a perception boost. All right. What's going on? We got people in the chat room hanging out. Oh, before I do the cards, I'm going to add a new thing this week. I'm going to light a candle for everybody. And I'm going to light this candle every week now as we do the DJ mix and we all channel positive and loving and healing vibes. And this candle is to represent all of us and our energy for our intentions to come true. And whether this is our dreams coming true, whether it is a relationship working itself out, or maybe you need a job this week, or whatever it is, I light this candle to know and let you know that the spirit world and then and that everybody in this room that is watching this live, that if you're watching this as a recording or whatever, that we're all sending you our brightest light and our love. And we hope that you have the best week ever. And we hope that you're blessed with so much love and light. The other part of the show I'm going to do after I do the tarot cards is I'm going to set an intention where whether you call it a prayer or whether you call it, just a positive vibe, where I really send out a positive vibe. And that's also going to go in the mix. So I really wanted to take this whole show to a whole nother level. And that's why I'm lighting this candle for you. And trust me, it will be going the whole thing, the whole time. So, cards for the week. One thing about tarot cards is some people, if you've never really known about tarot cards your whole life and you think that these are woo-woo and crazy, they're really not. These just give another perception, and they're definitely channeled through spirit. We've channeled through the astrology, and I think that it's important to see our hearts and really see how bad we want it, how big our dreams really are, and whether or not our reality can manifest this. We're dropping cards and everything today. A lot of good cards have already popped up and just falling out of the card deck here. So we'll do one more shuffle and then we are going to go. All right, first card of the week. Wow, the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is definitely people coming together, celebration, happiness. This is a really good card for feeling good. This is also a celebration card. It's a celebration of humanity, a celebration of friends, a celebration of family. This is definitely dealing with emotional energy. This is definitely the moon passing over Jupiter beginning of the week that I definitely think we start this week and we go into this week with a lot of excitement and a lot of passion. And more importantly, it's the love of others. I think that we're starting to see through the cracks of what relationships, what people are going to work in our life, which ones aren't. And there's a celebration, a lot to toast about this week. Second card of the week is the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is one of the best cards for manifesting. It is an empowered man. It is an empowered person, if you want to look at male or female. But this is the card of a king, a more masculine energy, one that knows nature well, knows how to manifest in the physical. How perfect is this? We were just talking about this. The King of Pentacles is definitely, are you the king of this reality or not? Maybe you're a spiritual person, but you're really bad at manifesting it all, truthfully. And there's a lot of that going around, trust me. A lot of people talk the imagination talk, but don't actually have it really manifesting forward. This is a week that tests to see. It's good to be spiritual, and it's great to be spiritual. But you also have to learn that this is a reality, and it takes work. Trust me, I have to do a horoscope every day, and it's coming up on 2 years to make this all happen. And do this show every week and never stop. If you're somebody who's doing things once a month or once every other week or once, you're not really in a flow of every day, this is going to show you why you're not manifesting. If you're low on money, if you're low on material things, This is a week where you need to be the boss of this reality. I always say, make the boss or make the reality your bitch. You've got to. This is a week definitely to teach yourself spiritually about how to make reality your bitch. Third card of the week is the King of Swords, another king. Wow, so this is a powerful week. I'm really surprised for how mellow the astrology is. But I think that this is us empowering ourselves when the astrology doesn't give us much challenge this week. Here's the King of Swords. We need to make sure that that we're the king of our thoughts. How well does thoughts go with manifesting? Well, I'd say they are everything. That sure, physically you must be doing something every day or setting up the right routines or setting up the right lifestyle in order to even manifest right. If you brush your teeth twice a day, I always use this as a good analogy. Guess what? You're going to have white teeth every day. Well, if you're doing a video once every month and you're trying to make a full-time living doing a video or being a practitioner or doing something in your life, and you're not doing it every day, how do you expect it to all work? This is also the King of Swords, teaching you that your thoughts must be on a process every day of positivity, of good energy, of telling yourself that you're not a loser or telling yourself that you're the best. You've got to also thought-wise have the same process going physically. This is definitely a week that can be super positive, but I would say that you need to make sure that you are definitely the king of the reality and the king of your thoughts. That's the only way this is going to all work well. Fourth card I do is an overall card representing these that we just did, and we got the High Priestess. High Priestess definitely is a really positive card with our divine feminine, our higher energy. This is also dealing with, kind of a godly woman, a woman of God. This is a very positive energy where I think in all of us, it's okay to make reality your bitch and still be a high vibrational being. I want to say that again. It's okay to make reality your bitch, but still be a high vibrational being. That's the whole point of this life, is the balance of both. And I'm being told to channel this for everybody because there's a lot of people in this spiritual world and in this spiritual life, and they're not manifesting the way they want to. And I think that there's a lot of doubt or fear or just not making reality your bitch enough. I know I'm saying that repeatedly, but I'm told to because this is a physical reality and you can be both. You can be cool and cuss and be spiritual. You can be your best self in spirituality, but also be your best self physically. And I think that this week is about that. Now, the fifth card that I pick is the fifth card dealing with basically your spiritual advice, how to get through this week and how to deal with all this stuff that we brought up. And it's the Knight of Pentacles. This is take your time. And of course, we just talked about Mercury squaring Saturn and how you don't want to jump into things. Just let things develop the same way that, they brag about, wine from 1979 or something. Good wine is only going to come when it sits still for a while and it doesn't, you don't pop the bottle right away. Then you need to let things sit and percolate. And this week it's about your inner self and your outer self learning to work together. But that's a slow process. You just can't one day be like, I'm the greatest manifester of it all. I'm making $1 million today. No, you're going to have to really have a path, have the reality, manifest $1 million for you. So definitely a week to remember with your own power and whether or not it combines correctly in your life with all these things that are happening spiritually, physically. Can you be the best of both worlds? And this is what this week is about. Are you truly happy? Are your emotions truly comfortable in your life? Or are you with a relationship still that you're not comfortable with? Are you in still a job you're not comfortable with? Is this not making you happy? Then how in the hell are you going to get to the reality you want if your emotions and your heart are not happy? I mean, this is a very basic week. And it definitely will test people to see how well they're manifesting physically and spiritually. Because I see a lot of either people got physically down, not spiritually, or they got spiritual down, they got physically. You got to get both of these balanced. And with Mars retrograde in Libra, we're definitely at those times. So before we mix all this into the DJ mix, I want to make sure that I send you the best intention for your week. And I ask for you to either close your eyes or just whatever makes you feel comfortable. But to channel with me as I channel for you the best intention of the week. That I ask the universe to guide you into manifesting your best reality and to definitely channeling your higher vibration. This is definitely a week of positivity and growth for us all, and I wish that every angel and that every part of this universe gives you the best week ever. Whatever challenges you have, whatever it is that you need in your life to feel more secure and more happy, I ask that the universe and God give you that power this week. And I thank you so much for joining me on this DJ Mix with me. We're about to go live into the mix, so if you have any questions, spiritualdancemusic.com. There's the video link if you're live right now, or we're in the chat room. If you look at the chat room that's to the right side, that's the Ustream chat room. It's pretty easy to go into. Or if you just go on my Facebook right now, look at the top link. It's a Ustream link. You should be able to go in and get in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. I can't wait to see you in the chat as we go deep into the week of March 9th through 15th.
hustlers and pushers, 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 hustlers and pushers,
and suckers be warned.
This is my flow. Rolling that bass. Something fresh. This is my flow. This is my flow. Rolling that bass.
I'll give it all to you if you want me to. I'll do anything.
out.
Thank you for listening to Spiritual House Sessions on spiritualdancemusic.com. This is our last track. Same time, same place, 5 p.m. Pacific next week. And I wish you the best week ever. Have a great week, everybody. I will see you next week. Same time, same place. Later.